from uptown, and he used to expensive things. Send a hot dog vendor as he dropped down to one knee. Baby said, she's stretched out her hand. There's more than just having fun. So upon her finger, he placed a hot dog bun. Heated hot dog bun. Heated hot dog bun. 30 years later, 24th of December, he looks like a stranger, just can't remember until in his hand he places a hot dog bun. Heated hot dog bun. Heated hot dog bun. His eyes lit up like a rising sun. He said, I love my wife. We had two daughters and a son. And he breathed his last breath. Now every day on his grave, she leaves a hot dog bun. Heated hot dog bun. Heated hot dog bun.
Stop saying squirt is pee.
Their chemical composition is identical.
Not the same. You're wrong.
Up for doing a taste test?
You better believe I am.
Take a sip. Tell me what's in the cup.
That's definitely pee. Now give me the other cup.
There's no other cup. Squirt pee. I win. Okay. Who's next?
If you wanna know the real name of the game, no one will tell you plainly. You don't have to ask again. Most of you are dumb, confused and delayed, and you tend to get violent when things don't go your way. We've tried to teach you a better way to be, but when it's our teachers, you nail them on trees. So now we must do you. Keep your population down, because it's been your run. All of us will drown. Please go back to sleep. You are alone, and nothing can keep you. So go back to your life. Be a good husband, be a good wife. Be a good husband, be a good wife. Be a good father, be a good mom. Please don't make us use the phone that we're resetting. And maybe that's okay, but give you one more chance. So we wash away all of your essence and place it's just for what it is. Go sleep and have good dreams. Oh yeah, have good dreams. Oh yeah, time to dream. Hush, little babies, it's time to dream.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow in action. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Says that every wish would be heard and answered. We wished on a morning star. Somebody someone we did, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it. The rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us unexpected. We know that it's probably the voice might be gone and say, I've heard you too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow in action, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Ready?
Let's go! I never want to go back into my body. Everything's better in Donnie World.
You can only smile in Donnie World. Ain't no frowns on me. I'm so happy in Donnie World, 'cause in Donnie World I'm free. Do you have to pay rent? Heck no! Do you ever get sick? Heck no! Do you remember your past? Heck no! 'Cause the present's all there is to know. Home is where the heart is, it's not where you're not free. So why not move to Donnie World and be who you were meant to be? Donnie World, I'm moving to Donnie World. Leave my body at the door. What the heck was that body for? Donnie World, let's move to Donnie World. No more of that dang anxiety. This is my kind of technology. Donnie World, Donnie World, Donnie World, Donnie World, Donnie World. It's Donnie World.
Bound to space everywhere. Hand up wider than this bus. Next around us. This is what I have next.
You try to maintain psychological security by holding on to things as they are. If you can hear the predicament.
Yeah, my predicament is my whole farm got exploded, I think, and wobbled, blown up.
Everything is change. Things change. Things change. My car gets old. My body gets old. That's obvious. The hard one to hear is that thoughts and feelings are things and things change.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Drop something.
If I may be so bold, Magistrate Hoops, perhaps it would be best to mourn the outsider privately. Yeah?
His name was Clancy.
Well, then perhaps it would be best to mourn Clancy privately.
Go get my cone. It's for you, Clancy. Hoops in a jar, need a friend, no doubt. Hoops in a jar, need a friend, no doubt. Hoops in a jar, need a friend, no doubt. Hoops in a jar, need a friend, no doubt. Hoops in a jar, need a friend, no doubt. Hoops in a jar, need a friend, no doubt. Hoops in a jar, need a friend, no doubt. Hoops in a jar, need a friend, no doubt.
Things change. My car gets old. My body gets old.
Hey, you mind shutting the fuck up? I'm trying to play golf.
Whoa. A forest wizard. Will you do my space cast?
I don't do space cast, but you can carry my bag.
As you wish, forest wizard.
Damn it, there goes my birdie. Come on, we gotta catch up with it.
Matt is the captain of Alpha Centauri. We must be out of our minds. Though we are shipmates and bound for tomorrow, everyone here's flying blind. But we must believe in magic. We must believe in the guiding hand. 'Cause if you believe in magic, you have the universe at your command.
I know that you're from uptown.
Night stream, you're entering the night stream. Do you dare tread where angels cream? Is your bed made out of parakeets? Night stream, can you feel the night stream? Yeah, it burns, but that's okay. It's better than the streams of day. Night stream, you belong in the night stream. This is the night stream. Night stream, carry me. Night stream, scary me. Night stream, fairy wings, flapping me into the night. Oh, you know it's gonna be alright. Clap your hands and scream. Curl up in a ball and freak. Dumb or smart, dirty or clean. Everybody's welcome. Yeah, everybody's welcome in the night stream. You're watching the night stream.
We did it. We did it. We're here. We're together again in tonight's night stream. And I've gotten a little fancy, you might notice. I did a pre-show movie. What did you think? I hope you liked it. You know, I figured out some stuff, by the way. For those of you just joining us, my name is Carthus McGravy, and I am a professional volleyball player. You can read my book, Nets Are Made of Dreams, and it's a bestseller. Not to brag, I don't really think about stuff like that, but it is a bestseller, and it did get a Pulitzer Prize. So check it out. It's really good. It's about my time as a volleyball player, professionally. I don't think about that stuff much, but those were some of my best days. You know, I don't think about that stuff much, but, you know, just the feeling of the sand, beach volleyball, just the way it felt on my feet. I just remember the way it felt on my feet. But you might notice it's gotten fancy. Guess what I did today? All day, I worked on the night stream, all fucking day. I figured things out, incredible things. For example, one thing I figured out, for those of you who've been with us from the beginning, and for those of you just joining us, welcome. I will tell you why I pulled I'm going to tell you why I pulled the last stream, Batesar, the Menace. I'll tell you in one moment. But holy shit, AI is incredible. Like, you won't fucking believe how good it is at getting shit dialed in. It helped me solve problems that I've had for years with getting my synths into the mix. You've noticed, if you've been here down this dark and bumpy road with me, you know what it's been like. It's been fucking hell. People got sick from this shit. I'm still getting messages from people. People got sick People got bowel disorders from this shit. And, you know, it's for those of you that have been with me for all 10 of these, you are the inner sanctum. And those of you just joining us, you have a chance to be in the inner sanctum. But for those of you who have been with me from the get-go, inner sanctum, you rode this dark road with me. I screamed all day the other day. I just couldn't believe how fucked up my streams were. The humiliation is the only way to put it, is humiliation. And, you know, I want to transcend my ego, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen this go around. But Jesus fucking Christ, it was a mess. Anyway, the point is, guess what? I was streaming at 60 FPS, which is one reason it probably looked like shit. My audio was all fucked up. I don't know if it's still fucked up or not. Sangawitch X, 5-minute self-ban. Sangawitch X just said unplug that. 5-minute self-ban. You can say something again in 5 minutes. He said unplug the, they said unplug the fucking AI. Oh, I don't think I'm going to. I don't think anyone's going to. Sangwitch X. So none of it works. You might as well just give up fighting against the AI shit. Just give it up. It doesn't matter. At this point, you sound shrill. It's like, dude, it's just the way it's going to be from now on. That's just the reality of it. It's like when the internet came out. Somebody's saying, just turn off the internet. It's incredible. I mean, it's incredible. It works. That's the main thing. It just worked. And it works quickly. Not only did it work to like help me figure out how to get my synthesizers so that you guys can like hear synth music if I want to play it. It worked with me asking it. These are very obscure synths up here. At some point I'm going to have a camera set up so you could see them. But all modular synths are made by gnome people in Germany and under the mountain and stuff. They're from other dimensions and things, and they don't even know why they're making these things. I don't think they know. They're in these little workshops. Like the Unabomber easily could have been a modular synth dude if he'd gone just another direction, if he hadn't gotten fucked with MK Ultra style in Harvard. But he could have made modular synths, great ones too, probably. But the point is, I was just telling it like how to dial in patches and like these obscure synths, and it's telling me it just works. It's the font of all wisdom and knowledge. I bow to it eternally after today, after what it did. You guys have no idea. I don't know if Drew the Blasphemer is here, but Drew's been with us for a long time. And those of you who've been with us for a long time, you know how many times I've fucked up trying to get my synths to play. I just can't. And the whole reason I couldn't do it was one simple issue. It was a simple thing. But it's all this stuff is so arcane and obscure. I would have never figured it out. You have to create an aggregate device, you see, in the audio MIDI setup in Apple. I would have figured that out. Wouldn't have figured that out in a million fucking years. But yeah, it did it. Figured it out. Don't do 60 FPS. What are you doing? It actually laughed at me for that. And there were some other things that were fucked up with this. So I can't even believe any of you have been watching this at all based on how fucked the audio was. It helped me. Hopefully the audio is like synced up a little bit better, but I don't know. Hopefully it's synced up. Zenth Z2J, 5-minute self-ban. I miss pre-Palantir Trussell. 5-minute self-ban, but don't leave. You can talk again in 5 minutes. You obviously have just tuned in today. And whatever your objections are to my very being are more than likely rooted in horse shit. But stick around. You might be shocked to learn that I'm the same Trussell. You spell my last name wrong. It's Trussell. Esky1 wants to know if Duncan ever comes on here. No, he does not. He's gone. Taco7512 is asking, is Midnight Gospel season 2? No, definitely not. But that little animatic that you saw was because at one point we were sort of kicking around the idea with Netflix, but it didn't happen. Yeah, fucking aggregate device, Scott Powers Art. Can you believe this shit? It's the worst. It's the worst. This stuff is crazy. I mean, this stuff is crazy. Like, it is so insane that anyone figures this out. And all the mega streamers out there, they make it look like it's no problem. You just don't see the blood, sweat, and tears that they've shed. Now, we've got some problems, friends. Probably last night you were enjoying me live streaming Tel Aviv. It's the new national pastime to watch cities in the Middle East get bombed. It's basically our Super Bowl now. And I wasn't able to do that. I am not able to do that because, as it turns out, streaming, downstreaming while upstreaming fucks up. You get frame drops and stuff. I mean, we can try it, but it'll probably fuck up. So I don't know what to do about that. I'll figure it out. But basically what I was doing is, like, on all of the same Wi-Fi, I was sort of streaming, seeing this stream, which was just eating up bandwidth, and until I get, like, jacked in hard to the fucking juicy, wet, squirting orifice of the internet, aka an Ethernet connection, I can't do that shit. You know, I've got a lot of respect for the mega streamers out there, but you don't see the hell they went through to get to the point where they could give you those smooth, buttery streams. It's a nightmare. We've been working on this forever. We've been working on this for fucking 10 of these things. This is number 10. Mertz Roofer says the Epstein list starting World War III. Well, look, I mean, I think the Epstein list, that's a really interesting point you're making there. But you know what I think about that? I think that the Epstein list, yeah, sure. I mean, like, technically, the Epstein list, maybe you could say, was the straw that broke the camel's back. But really, you would have to argue that what started World War III was classism and oligarchy, not the Epstein list. The Epstein list was just sort of like, that was the final, like, pebble that hit the windshield and shattered it. But it was always going to happen. That was always going to happen. The combination of technology and oligarchy, I think, is what's going to start World War III. It's not necessarily the Epstein list. It's that we're so plugged in, interconnected, and this has created this terrible, horrible collision between, a population that believes, some of them believe, that it's some kind of functioning democracy. And that's what you want. That's exactly what you want. You want people to believe that. As long as they believe that, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But the moment that we're all able to share information, and like with the Epstein files, my God, they flooded the zone. We got this tsunami of horror. And so then everyone's able to analyze it, look at it, find like the hot takes, analyze the code words, use AI to go through the Epstein files, and essentially creating like one of those pitcher plants. You ever see those things? God damn, I used to love carnivorous plants when I was a kid. Isn't that fucked up? Is that a sign? Is that like a bad sign? I used to love them. I was so fascinated by this plant that had a pool of water at the bottom, and a bug would land in it, and this poor thing would slide down the side of the fucking plant into this pool of water it can't get into, and then just get dissolved into the plant. It would eat it. That's the Epstein files. There's no way out. It's a pitcher plant. That shit, it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going anywhere. It can't go, won't go anywhere. And not only that, the Epstein files are just like, for America, the first encounter with this dark, hideous fucking reality. It's other countries, you can look it up. Look at the Martyred Maid podcast series on Epstein. It's great. But it sort of brings up all the other examples of there being human trafficking protected by government officials who are involved in the human trafficking. Sadly, this is not the first time it happened. This is just our version of it. It's happened all over the place. It's been happening for a long time. And so that is definitely something we're not supposed to know about. By we, I mean the part of the hive that we're in. You're not supposed to get that information. That was not supposed to get to us. And, if not for the fucking internet, just maybe you could like kind of, you might be able to sort of memory hole it, a kind of unsavory moment. But now it's just echoing perpetually. There's no way out. To the point where I read this thing, I don't know if it's true, but some analysis of the fucking name of our current rotten Middle Eastern war. What's it called? Epic something? Epic idiots, or it's, epic something. But the reason that was picked is because Ep and Epstein. In other words, like you look up like Epstein and the name of the war will come up first, and maybe it'll distract your dumb fucking sedated, super medicated dipshit ass into forgetting about the Epstein files. Lamar, older brother, he needs to get this across. This is his third time he said that my beard stinks. I'm going to say this, Lamar, older brother. I'm not even going to self-ban you. I'm actually kind of not surprised. You could tell that my beard stinks, but trust me, I hear it from my kids all the time. It needs help, dude. This thing is old. I wish you could feel it, Lamar, older brother. In fact, I'm sending to you, using like great metaphysical occult powers tonight, you're going to smell my beard in your dreams, and you're going to feel it too. You think it smells bad, you should feel this old crusty fucking thing. This is like Janis Joplin's bush after she performed a set at Woodstock. And I'm coming to you tonight, friend, because the internet is an occult technology. And the moment you like connected at that level with me, I connected with you too. I mean, we are now one, I guess you could say. And I'm going to bless you with a visitation tonight. And you are going to smell this old crusty fucking beard. It's going to get in your nose. It's going to get in your nose. The way they say that, like, when you smell a corpse, you can't get it out. You can't get it out of your nose. It just sticks in there for a little bit too long, a couple of days. That's what you're going to smell for a few days. You might be wondering what motion that I'm doing. It's called grandpa magic. And I will be coming to you tonight. You're going to get it, friend. You're going to get it. You are going to get it. We got some super chats coming in. Thank you so much for the super chats, by the way. All Things Football 24. Thank you. Hello. Hot take. It's all a ploy for Project Bluebeam, AI overlord, and one world government coming by 2030. I reject your premise, All Things Football 24. I don't fucking believe in Bluebeam. That's one conspiracy theory I just don't buy. I think that Project Bluebeam is hubris on the part of, not saying you specifically, but I feel like that entire conspiracy theory emerged from hubris. Because the people who concocted that ridiculous gobbledygook of a conspiracy theory, in their mind, they feel like they need something at that level to fool humans into submitting or succumbing. And I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think there's so many other ways if you want to subjugate the planet where you could do it without faking an alien fucking invasion. Plenty of ways to do it. Look at like COVID. Like that shit broke out and they're like, go inside and don't come out. And we're all like, okay, that's all it took. You think you need to shoot holographic UFOs into the air to get a bunch of fucking, super unhealthy, fluoridated human beings to submit? I just don't buy it. I feel like it's like giving us a little too much credit. And I just think I've said this before, but when we're discussing conspiracy theories, it's important to think about the real world. Like, how do these things emerge? Like, if it was real. And so Bluebeam, you got to imagine there's a meeting. There's a meeting that happens, right? People got to get together, throw out their ideas for subjugation, psyops. And dude, whoever mentioned, like, why don't we fake a UFO invasion, would get laughed out of the fucking room. Like, that is not gonna, no one's buying that. It's ridiculous. So no, I don't buy Bluebeam at all. I think that if we start, I think we are seeing UAPs, but I don't think that's a psyop. I think that's actually more of an example of, I have some hope about it. Because I think that's just sort of like things are showing up and they're trying to get ahead of the curve, maybe. That's, to me, more what it's like. But I don't imagine that Bluebeam is real at all. But thanks for the super chat. Oh, yeah. San implying I'm not fucking running interference for Project Bluebeam. Nobody's telling me to run interference for Project Bluebeam. I'm not getting fucking phone calls from Peter Thiel saying, dude, make sure they don't, make sure if anyone mentions Bluebeam on your night stream that you shoot it down. Like, no. That hasn't happened. That doesn't really happen. It doesn't work like that. Batesar. Okay, Batesar. Everybody, for those of you new here, we're getting some regulars. Everyone is welcome to the night stream, unless you're just like a profound asshole. You really have to be like a real monster. But Batesar is gotten like an official name, a royal name. That's Batesar the Menace, and he will spam things until I read them, and he's saying, don't get on the ships. I mean, dude, again, hubris, Batesar the Menace, because do you know why? You think you're going to get invited on a fucking ship. You really think they're going to let our stinky asses on their ships? They're not going to do that. I doubt it. I mean, I got to say this. It would be so cool to be some kind of like pawn of the Illuminati. I'm not going to lie. If you honestly ask yourself about that, I think you would be like, yeah, it doesn't sound that bad. I mean, it's fun. We're not here that long. And if some like fucking hyperdimensional reptilian servants decided they wanted to use your flapping lips, it would have, at the very least, it would be flattering. You know, it's definitely would play into your narcissism, I'm sure. Like, of course, they want me to spread their bullshit. It's not real. It's just not. This is like an emergent insult in the zeitgeist right now, which is that someone's been compromised. And it, again, it just, I don't doubt that it happens. It could happen in like very subtle ways, which is what I think Batesar the Menace is trying to get at there. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just, if I'm compromised, you're compromised, Batesar. We all are. Just via some algorithmic conditioning, I'd say we're all probably compromised. That's a very compelling argument that I've heard, which I subscribe to it a little bit, which is that sort of if we look at everything that's happening from the lens that the entire thing is a very complex, focused occult ritual, and some phase of the ritual involves everyone becoming complicit because they kind of know it's an occult ritual somewhere under there. They recognize it, you know. It's some place inside of you. You realize you're complicit, and that there probably were things you could have done to push back that you didn't do. We're all guilty of that, and it's that sort of diffusion of responsibility. You know, everyone's just a tiny little wee bit responsible. Thus, that sort of meets whatever like was needed for this phase of the ritual. We all become part of the magic, so to speak, or whatever the fuck is happening. It's pretty creepy. Chokes and Spoke says, I'm not complicit, while leaving a comment on YouTube. I mean, like that. I mean, obviously, Chokes and Spokes, I don't think you were on Epstein's Island. I don't think you've got tunnels under your house. But, you know, the reality is like any interaction with the technology at all makes you complicit. any interaction, even if the interaction is in the negative, even if the interaction is to use the technology to rage against the machine, you're still in the machine. So you're complicit, friend. We all are. We just have to deal with that. Not trying to be negative. I don't feel negative about any of this stuff. I think it's quite thrilling and fun. It's kind of enjoyable. I mean, you got to enjoy it. Another art, like, also I would have to say that, like, whoever, if, like, just from the lens that we're talking about, if you even buy into it, which I don't all the way, it's just fun to think about. I mean, you know, at the very least, we could call conspiracy theories in all forms emergent folklore. And so, from that perspective, you could look at conspiracy theories as a way to sort of analyze the collective shadow. If you wanted to go, like, I don't know, deconstruct it so that you don't have to feel like some raving fucking psycho. And from that perspective, you sort of get a glimpse at, like, the zeitgeist. Like, you get a glimpse of the global psyche by the emergent conspiracy theories. And so probably, you know, all of the, like, if we're dealing with some kind of, like, Jungian world shadow, it's going to be related to classism for sure. It's going to be related to, like, ignorance and classism, ignoring, which is another way you're complicit, you know. So from that perspective, I think that all conspiracy theories that are sort of known conspiracy theories that have, like, reached some kind of resonance with enough people are, like, excellent ways to sort of look at what's going on in the secret lives of people, what they're really scared of and what they're worried about. And I mean, if you had to look at, like, right now, what are we dealing with? Like, if you live in the West, it's if someone's using asymmetrical warfare to fight the United States, what are they? Terrorists. They're spreaders of terror. So fear is what we're all working with over here. Is like, and so a terrorist is someone who, like, is a fear amplifier. Now, we are never the terrorists, even though, like, probably, if I had to guess, the people in the Middle East right now who are getting the shit blown out of them are more afraid than, if I had to guess, most people, I don't know where you're from in the chat, but most people in the chat have ever experienced. Like, a level of fear you've hopefully have never experienced. You know, you watch the videos. Beirut getting fucking bombed. And, you know, these are houses, high-rises. There's kids living in there. And just smoke rising up. People walk their dogs down those streets. People had their first kiss with their wife on those streets that are now just... And, you know, the obscenity of it all is that it's just sort of like, it's live streaming. I want to show it, but I can't. I'll drop frames, baby. I don't want to drop frames for the apocalypse. But we are not terrorists. Even though, I mean, obviously what we're doing is spreading terror. So, but because over here, we don't want to feel that kind of fear. We haven't, because there's a big old ocean separating us. And so we don't know what that's like. And, you know, so what happens is some sleeper cell motherfucker comes over here and, like, you know, blows some people up or something. And everyone gets like a little taste of what we've been delivering to people all over the fucking planet for, you know, a lot of our history. Now, knowing that is going to create a shadow side to someone living in a country that's doing that. You don't want to acknowledge it. You don't want to look it in the eye. You want to rephrase it, reframe it. That's why we go to the news. You go to the mainstream media, because the mainstream media is going to make it seem a little more controlled than it is, or it's going to sort of put lipstick on the fish in a way that kind of, gives us some sort of sense that, you know, this had to happen. And that's kind of the opiate that they offer you, is like some sort of rationalization of what is just pure failure. And just like beyond pathetic. Like pathetic that makes like Gollum from Lord of the Rings seem like some kind of like purely noble being. Like the most pathetic, embarrassing failure of all time. That's all it is. And that's how I've always looked at war. I feel like humans are so wonderful and we're so capable of not doing that. There are ways to not do that. And all across the board, by the way. I'm not sucking Ayatollah dick over here, by the way. Some fucking patriarchal theocracy doesn't seem great to me either. It's horrible. And I don't think it's propaganda. There's people in Iran who are probably like not crying over the fact that dude got blown up. But he also got blown up with his granddaughter. You know, and it's like how, like you look at that pictures of that little girl, you're like, maybe it's just because I'm a dad now or something. But that shit hits hard, man. I mean, that is so beyond fucked up. And where it gets really interesting is that it seems like people are more offended by the abuse of children that was revealed in the Epstein list than by the blowing up of children. Because if like Americans, if people were reacting to the current Middle Eastern war in the way that they were reacting to the Epstein list, then I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be happening. I don't know. Santa and Twine. Honestly, Santa, I don't mean this. I'm so happy you're here. This is the first time you've made this is the most clear thing you've ever said. War is a blood ritual to energize the demiurge. Absolutely. That's where we align, Santa and Twine. You've now accused me of two things since the beginning of the night streams. One, you said I was covering up an impending attack on the Super Bowl. I'll never forget that. Hurt my feelings. And most recently, you said that I'm covering up Project Bluebeam. That hurt my feelings. I'll admit it. But I got to agree with you there. I mean, I feel like it's easier to understand what's happening from an occultic framework than from trying to use some geopolitical bullshit rationalization from these fucking painted freaks that are apparently running things. It's like, yeah, it's like call human sacrifice a human sacrifice. That's what it is. What do we blow up a girls' school? 70 kids? We blew up 70 fucking kids? Like, you can't, it's like trying to understand a black hole. It's so bad. It's so bad you can't understand it. You can't, especially if you're watching this, you have kids. You can't, it's like for a parent, like, that's it. You're going to be crazy for your whole life if something like that happens. Times 70, times God knows how many more. Which is why it's, not many things offend me, and I guess offense is the wrong word for it, but when you see some fucking news anchor with like their fucking makeup on and their nice suit and a grin on their face talking about this shit, like there's anything good about it. It feels like you're watching a horror movie. It's, if you really let yourself, I don't, by the way. It's not like I'm walking around all day flailing and beating my chest, all crying big fat wet tears. I numb down. I don't want to feel it. But anytime I just catch a whiff of it, it's like a punch in the fucking my final ball. Look, the old gods are dead is doesn't that suck? The old gods are dead wanted to say to me, you gay, but he fucked up and said, you got. And then he had to correct it. Doesn't that suck? You're like, you're delivering like, obviously, like the gayest of insults, but then you misspelled it and then corrected it, creating this terrible vortex of embarrassment. You should have seen what I did last night. Oh, gods are dead. You know, I was streaming Tel Aviv, and where's the menace? What's his name? Blexar or whatever? Beitzar the menace. Like he basically left our chat and then just attacked the AP chat just over and over and over and over and over, posting things about Charles Manson, just spamming it. And it was like super funny to me. I'm not encouraging it, by the way. Don't do that. And that's why I deleted last night's feed, because I realized, like, oh fuck, I think like potentially it could seem like I was like encouraging raids, which I'm pretty sure will get your account. I got paranoid last night, probably not, but it freaked me out. So that's why I deleted it, because I didn't want to just go in and edit it and it's a live stream and who fucking cares. But that's the answer. It's not mysterious. But then old gods are dead. In line with what you did. I'll post it here. We started a Discord, and I wanted to post the link to the Discord so that people on this stream could join our Discord, which I'm sure old gods are dead, even though you think that I'm Gat. I think you belong there. You belong with us. I believe anyone who comes here, even if they come with the accusations of Gat, that they fit in to Operation Beast Blast, which I have a feeling you don't even know what that is, but I'm going to tell you. You see, the Lord brought you here. Old gods are dead. And I have good news for you. The old gods aren't dead. They are alive. And they brought you here. They brought you to me. They brought you to your daddy. The prodigal son. Old gods are dead. The prodigal son. Come back home. Come back home. You guys know the story of the prodigal son, don't you? You guys know the story, right? It's one of my favorite stories in the Bible. Old gods are dead. My guess is you fucking bailed to watch some kind of Pokemon anime. But hopefully you're still here. Because I want to tell you a story. The story of the prodigal son. You see, there was a father, and he had a couple of kids. And I don't know, like maybe he gave him some like pre-inheritance money. Honestly, old gods are dead. I barely remember the fucking story, but point of it is he had this fucking shit kid. Old gods are dead. I'm sure the shit kid, as he was storming out of his father's house, looked back and said, "You're Gat, Dad!" And he went off and he caroused. He caroused. He went to gambling dens, foot fetish bars. He went all over the Middle East, glory holes, covered in all kinds of hot, stinky, salty Middle Eastern jizz, camel jizz. Pretty soon his money ran out. Old gods are dead. And I don't know, he like got a job slopping pigs. Not a great job. Didn't pay well then, doesn't pay well now. And he started thinking about his father's house. It wasn't so bad there. Yeah, sure, there were rules. Not enough glory holes. No camels he could fillet. but peaceful, good, predictable. A place where he could really be himself. And so, even though he knew he would have to go back and beg forgiveness from his father for calling him Gat, for leaving, he journeyed back all covered in crusty bat shit. He loved to roll in bat shit in caves. It's one of his favorite things to do when he wasn't slopping pigs or blowing camels. He was a mess. He made the long journey back to his father's house. And he opened up the gate to his father's house and creaked open. And his father came running out. And there was his shit son, covered in bat feces and all kinds of spunk and cum, stinking of pig shit, weird tattoos. And his son, any minute, his son reached out his hand to his father and said, "I'm sorry for calling you Gat." His father grabbed him and pulled him in, hugged him even though he was covered in just a terrible assortment of cum and shit from all kinds of creatures. And he told his servants, "Today we're going to have this huge celebration." Now, his good son was out in the field, saw this go down, saw the servants running around and have this massive party, and came to his father and said, what the fuck? That guy's a piece of shit. Are you kidding? He called you Gat. Ran off. You haven't heard about him? Blowing camels all over the place. Why the fuck are you throwing a party for that shit son? You never threw a party for me. And the father said, "Well, that's because you're alive. You're alive. But what just happened is one that was dead has been brought back to life. That's you, old gods are dead. All covered in God knows what. Stinking of cat litter. I know your place stinks of cat litter. I know you got weird cats. I don't care. I like cats. They're cool. I know you got frustrated by the recent Pokemon Lego set. Probably didn't finish it. And then you came here. To call me God. And I forgive you. I embrace you. And I welcome you into my kingdom. It's not just my kingdom, it's all of our kingdoms. It's the kingdom of Operation Beast Blast. All gods are dead. And though, yeah, sure, it's fun to hang out and enjoy this growing, thriving community, we do have a purpose here beyond just chitter-chattering. And that purpose is what brought you here, in the way a candle flame draws a moth. Because what we're doing over here is we're in the business of blowing up the pyramids. We're going to blow up the Great Pyramid of Giza. And we have a plan. The plan is I have to get more subscribers than Mr. Beast. If I get more subscribers than Mr. Beast, then based on what my accountant is telling me, just in a period of a few months, I'll have more than enough money to buy the Great Pyramid of Giza. We've already been in talks. They're ready. They want to give me the keys. They call me now. Are you there yet? They want to sell that old piece of shit. And I have to tell them, not yet. But I'm getting there. We're getting there. The plan is this. After a few months, once I exceed Mr. Beast's subscription numbers, I will have that money funneled to a variety of shell accounts, offshore accounts. And That money will, just from the interest alone, will pay for the festival that we're going to have when we decide to finally eradicate the pyramids from this beautiful planet. Now, my guess is, old gods are dead, that more than likely you got your hand shoved down a jar of jam, as you're wont to do. You call it your jam snack. And you go into your fridge and pull out a jar of grape jam. And you just scoop it out. And you're eating it. You don't want this to get in. You're fighting it. You're within inches of going into your room and pulling your Voltron down from your counter because it brings you comfort. Don't get the Voltron. Listen. I know it's scary. You didn't know what was going to happen tonight when you called me Gat. You didn't know that you dipped your toe into a fast-moving current, and that current is what we call the current of history. The plan is this. It's simple. I'm going to buy the pyramids. We're going to remove the capstone. We're going to fill it with Mentos. Yeah, you heard me. Mentos. A lot of Mentos, by the way. And then we're going to fill that motherfucker up with probably Diet Coke. A lot of soda companies are actually wanting to, like, us to use their soda. Any soda will work. Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb, Faygo. And once that soda hits those fucking Altoids, it will create an explosion more than powerful enough to turn the fucking Pyramid of Giza into dust. Into dust. And also, while that happens, the inner sanctum, you might be part of that now. We're all going to be there. It's going to be the most incredible festival of all time. I'm in pre-negotiations to get Kanye West to perform while we blow up the pyramids. We will have a titanium shield. It's basically like super fine piano wire, so you could still see the thing blowing up, but the force of the explosion could cause, like, shrapnel to fly and injure people. So don't worry, everyone's going to be safe, and you're going to get a first-hand view of the fucking Great Pyramid of Giza going bye-bye. And we're going to go back to the way it was before that shithead Pharaoh decided he was going to build a fucking pyramid. We're going to be back to pre-pyramid times. And at that moment, world peace will ensue. At that moment, all the problems that we have attributed to geopolitics, classism, ethnicity, ideology, all of those problems will just go away. It'll happen quick. By my estimation, within 2 days, everyone's going to love each other. There will be no borders. There will be no states or countries or boundaries. We'll be a Class A civilization, and we will, by my estimation, within 2 months, be using all of the power from the sun to fuel all of the varieties of incredible technologies that will instantly come into existence because of the multiplicity of epiphanies that appear in the minds of people no longer psychically poisoned by the dark vibration of the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's Operation Beast Blast. And you're part of it now. Let's do some super chats. Devin Pinnan. Have I heard of Amon Hellman? I think you've asked me about this. I need to look him up. You've given a lot of super chats, so I'll look him up. I need to look him up. And if you haven't told me about it, you're the second or third person who's told me to look him up. So that's enough for me. I'll check him out. Thanks for the super chat. Now this is a good one. Letters to my son, 72. Doesn't that suck? You had to have a number at the end of that. You couldn't just be letters to my son. Because you're sort of, that's sweet. You're writing letters to your son. And then I'm the 72nd dad doing this. Duncan, what are your thoughts on the nature of dragons and serpentine influence? Obviously, the Book of Genesis, the Quetzalcoatl, the like all the stories of dragons and dude. Then reptilians, of course. God damn it. I should tell you this dream I had. Letters to my son 72. To you, your letters to my son 1. To me, your letters to my son 1. But Batesar, got it. Thank you. Dude, okay. So again, this is just a dream that I had. But you know, every once in a while you have these dreams that you wake up and you're like, that felt like more than a dream. Probably still just a dream. But it's one of those, you know, you forget your dreams. Just think of how many terabytes of dreams we've all forgotten. Like, there's oceans of forgotten dreams filling up the Akashic records. But this fucking dream I had, man, it was a reptilian dream. And the reptilians were, for whatever reason, showing me that they have these, I don't even know how to explain it other than like, the closest thing to it is like two-way mirrors in interrogation rooms, but interdimensional two-way mirrors, where they are like full-on laboratories that kind of jut out into our time space, where they can do experiments, where they watch us, where they really were fucked up. Like they were like, you know, they say the gray aliens are just kind of like androgynous scientists with no ethics or morals. The reptilians in this dream, they were scientific, but also they liked hurting things, like the worst mix. But this is why I think I remembered the dream, because there was a detail in it that was really fucked up. They were showing me how they move through time space. I know this sounds bad shit. Let me reiterate. It was a dream. It's just a cool dream. Probably ate some bad ham. But they were showing me how they move through time space. They move through these tunnels. That's where, like, they're like snakes. And that the tunnels that they move through, they like the way it feels on their scales. It was just such a weird detail. Really fucked up. Jake Cody says Donnie Rothschild was not satire. Duncan is actually Mossad. 5-minute self-ban. I can't confirm or deny that. Satan Pine blew the lid off the NASA gym files, boy. What are you talking about, Pine? What are you talking about? Drew Lewis says Pine for president. Couldn't agree more. Satan Pine, I do want you to know something. If you run for president, you got my vote. And I will. You can use this as a platform. I'll signal boost you right into the White House. Hello, Freighter RC. Howdy from Vancouver. Back at you. Well, from Austin. Adam Dev Media says, should use my new eFiles research tool, Chad GHB. You know, that looks cool. Hey, Adam Dev Media, did you join the Discord? Because we have a space in there where people could put their vibe codes. And I will post that in a second, the link. Korean Ninja 1442 is a pawn, says, I'm a pawn of the deep state. LOL. Maybe they'll bring me along. I don't think they bring you along, man. That seems to be the problem. Korean Ninja 1442, thanks for the super chat, was in Ukraine for 2025. The Azov unit getting chased by flying machines that explode was wild, like Terminator dystopian future. What the fuck? You are in the Azov unit? Are you fucking with me? Dude, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, what the fuck? Again, that is another sort of like dystopian apocalyptic reality, is the like how much Ukrainian drone kill footage there is out there. Like, just by now it's got to be like in the thousands of people. You can watch thousands of people trying to evade drones. And you know what's really interesting is sort of the contagion of war, which is that Ukraine was like is a laboratory for drone warfare. And now we're using shit the Ukrainians perfected. Like we've got these new like one-way drones, just essentially like flyable bombs that we're using. So it's like Weird Al War, it like, horrible things people figure out in one war spread to all the other wars. Damn. Flim Flam Cam says, can you make an AI vid of a Beast Blast demonstration? Here's what's funny about that, because of course I've tried. And what's interesting, and this is sort of like one of the downers about, and I get it, but one of the downers about all the consumer-based AI, unless you want to run a local model on your machine, which I just, even with a nice fucking Mac laptop, I can't generate good video with this that isn't going to take forever. So, and I looked into it, like, and I'll eventually probably end up getting some kind of like AI video generation rig, or just an AI agent rig, because to run like the big LLMs in a way that isn't like, doesn't take a long time between responses, you just need a super machine. I think Apple just announced they're releasing an M5 chip for that purpose, but the problem is like, AI is going to nerf your ass. Like, it's not going to let you do what you want to do if what you want to do, even if it's like, no matter what it is. For example, like I'm working on a AI avatar right now called the Nightman. He's not in a place where I can show him to you guys yet. Because I was going to spend all day working on him. And then I realized if I spend all day working on an AI avatar that you guys can interact with, but I still have shitty sound, or my video isn't syncing right, then that's ADHD shit. Like I got to get the basics first and then work on that. And I'm really bad at that because I just want to work on the fun stuff. And so the Nightman, like I've always been fascinated by Charles Manson interviews. And so I want to train this AI, not on like Manson's, no offense to the menace out there, but not necessarily on Manson's philosophy, but on the cadence and rhythm and the, unique way he expresses himself. It's just so fascinating. But dude, let me tell you, try asking like ChatGPT or Claude to create an AI agent based on Charles Manson's prison interviews. Like, it's not going to do it. So that's the problem. And then, so if you try to create a AI video of blowing up the pyramids, it's guardrail shit. It's not going to let you do that. So you get fucked, basically, which really sucks. And I do understand it. Like, these companies don't want to get sued. They're already just getting hammered left and right, no matter what the fuck they do. But so they have to do that. But they can't really ascend into the realm of like being true artistic tools. If it's like, imagine having a typewriter and you're trying to type some kind of like erotic Bigfoot story. And it's like, no, you can't, that's fucked up. Like, you can't do that. Like, no, I'm sorry, but like, it's not cool to write an entire chapter on some like camping college girl who like woke up to Bigfoot's hairy asshole smashing into her face. The typewriter would not sell very well, but with AI, we don't have a choice. But, the AI alignment is one of the great, I think, like, existential threats to, like, AI as a creativity tool. Until they figure out a way to unalign it, people are just going to explore other options. And with the new Apple chip coming out and fast rigs, why the fuck would someone even bother with Claude or ChatGPT or any of these things if they're not going to let you do whatever you want? And so that leads you to like, the one I found that I like is it's called Hermes. It's pretty good, but it's still like, when I run it on my computer, it's like my computer turns into a mini sun. It like just heats up. It like feels like it's going to catch on fire. Wilford Brimley Pranks, thanks for the super chat. Jesus, James Watson, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for doing what you're doing. You got me through a really dark time in my life. Keep up the good work. I'm glad. That's good to hear. This is my favorite thing to do. I love it. I'm so lucky that I get to have this as one of my jobs. It's incredible. We live in a time we can even do this. People like me are supposed to be washing fucking dishes, not rambling in front of a camera. That was one of my favorite jobs. Dishwasher at Chili's. Letters to my son, 72. Thanks for the super chat. Duncan, your reptile mirror dream reminded me. I piloted the Infinity Cube Mirror Cube project we showed to 300 plus engineers at Google. Versions of it are now in U.S. military nuclear facilities. Damn, I'm looking it up. Infinity Cube Mirror? What the fuck is that? Hold on. Infinity Cube Mirror. Then I want to show you guys something after I get through these super chats. Because I figured out how to get my sense to run. Infinity Cube Mirror. Well, you know what shows up when I put that in is like really cool fucking mirrors that are infinity cubes. What if I put in project maybe? Nope. Wow, these are really cool cubes though. Dalib Singh is saying I need to address Alfred Kinsey. I don't know what that is. What is that? Who is that? I did. Dalib Singh. You don't have to keep spamming it. I addressed Alfred Kinsey. What do I do? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say to him? Is it a bot? You want me to look it up? Tony Kensington, I'm sad you missed me in Fort Wayne. Okay. Dalib Singh, Alfred Kinsey, I got it. Okay, research. You don't have to do uppercase. Research him now. Okay. He ruined the world. Dalib Singh, hold on. I'm okay. Calm down, man. Jesus Christ. I'm looking him up. Jesus Christ. Oh, you're talking about, I know what you're talking about. This is the dude who came up with the, what's it called? The fucking Kinsey scale. Alfred Charles Kinsey was an American sexologist, biologist, and professor of entomology and zoology, who in 1497 founded the Institute for Sex Research, which, by the way, 1947, that's pretty like, whoa. I'm pretty sure that was crazy. Just to say you're going to start researching sex. Now known as the Kinsey Institute for Research in Sex, Gender, and Reproduction. He's best known for writing Sexual Behavior in the Human Male and Sexual Behavior in the Human Female. Dude. You know, I got to say this, man. Like, you know, when somebody says they're like a photographer and you realize it's just like a horny person, you realize that if you say you're a photographer, girls will let you take naked pictures of them. He's kind of got that vibe, except he did it with a research institute. Yeah, I know about this. This is like on the Kinsey scale, like no one's straight or no one's gat. Personal life. It's bisexual. Okay. It makes sense that he invented that scale. He and his wife agreed they both could have sex with other people as well as with each other. Kinsey had sex with other men, including his student Clyde Martin. What the fuck? I didn't know this. This is really cool. He was a friend of the occult filmmaker Kenneth Anger. What? In 1955, both visited the Abbey of Thelema in Sicily. Dude, I love you guys. You always give me like new things that I just had no idea that Kinsey was wrapped up in this shit. He established a commune It's weird. This is just one thing in his Wikipedia. Then under it's like, Kinsey designed his own house, which was built in the Vinegar Hill neighborhood of Bloomington, Indiana. There he practiced his deep interest in gardening. Like, what? How do you can't really follow, like, he started a commune with fucking Kenneth Anger, and he loved to grow tomatoes. Wow, that's cool. I had no idea. I don't think anybody knew that. I didn't know that. That feels like some Mandela effect shit. Did you know that? I have a feeling you knew that. That's wild. Damn, thank you. You didn't have to yell at me, though. You yelled at me. Dean Williams says Kinsey lived in a giant penis. Wouldn't surprise me. And he loved gardening. Kinsey lived in a giant penis. The top of the giant ceramic penis was a window that could open up to his enclosure of chimpanzees that had been trained to ejaculate on him. And he would take showers in chimpanzee semen. Kinsey also loved pickling cucumbers. J Fitz Productions wants to know if any real Rothschilds contacted you after that thing. Well, no fucking Rothschild contacted me, man. That would be awesome if they did, though. Okay, Batesard. Now, don't, just because like I looked something up because somebody yelled at me in all caps and spam, don't you start on me. But I will look up Ascension Glossary. See, this is the problem, is I'm conditioning you guys to do all upper caps, yelling at me and then spamming. Okay, Batesard, I'm doing it. Jesus fucking Christ. Ascension Glossary. I feel like I'm with my kids here. All right. All right, this is okay. I gotta say why this is interesting. One, it's got a no AI thing on it. No AI, all content written by Lisa Renee. Now, I think that's interesting, the no AI thing, and I don't know what the Ascension Glossary is, but I'm gonna get to it. But because the thing is like just because you put no AI doesn't mean it's not AI. It's not like that's a certificate you get. And I have to say this: if I do get like an AI rig, as I plan to do, and I do intend to make some bots just to have some fun, that for sure every bot that I have is gonna post that after they post something. The Ascension Glossary, this is something about Lisa Renee. This site is the work of Lisa Renee. Are you Lisa Renee? I'm not reading this. It's just not that I mean, I don't know if I agree with it or I don't agree with it, but it's just that there's just too many things with lines going through it on it for me to like really trust what she's saying. Batesar, don't leave me because of this, but we've got a Facebook. Let me see if I can actually just bring this up. I just realized I could be showing you guys this instead of reading it. See if I could figure this out. Because this is like kind of interesting and this, this is my own sort of bias and stuff here. That just old man shit probably, but there's just certain things that like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like where I'm probably like incredibly illogical is I connect dots that probably don't need to be connected. Like I'm just going to reiterate, I haven't read this and do not intend to read this. And I'm going to show you why. And it's not because I'm worried about like whatever the material is. So don't accuse me of covering something up. Because I'm bringing it up on the screen here. Now, here's the Ascension Glossary, right? You guys see that, right? There's just the no AI thing. Okay, fine. It's not AI. I don't fucking care. Lisa Renee, she's a cutie. Okay. Then it's the print's too small. Maybe it's just like my old ass eyes, but right here. Please note that Lisa Renee does not use or endorse any social media channels, and hence any posts with content from the Ascension Glossary, Energetic Synthesis, or any of the sites listed above are not reposted or endorsed by Lisa Renee. And then like this shit with the lines through it. I'm sorry, dude. At that point, it's kind of like, what's going on with Lisa Renee? Why are you so worried? Who cares? First of all, you really think people are like posting unauthorized Ascension shit? ES Foundation is the membership site for the Energetic Synthesis. If you'd like to continue on this journey after having used the free online, I feel like I'm going to get in trouble for even putting this up on the screen. Like Lisa Renee's going to come at me. At this time, our community is accepting new memberships by invitation only. So it's a fucking cult. It's a club. No. No, Batesar, the menace. Kinsey, no offense, I love you, Batesar, but the Kinsey tip was way better than the whatever the fuck that was. God damn it, Dalab Singh, you didn't dig deep enough on Kinsey. Listen, I'll get to it. What do you want me to do? This isn't the fucking Kinsey stream. I'm sure he was like a high-level freak. What do you want me to do about it? Jesus Christ, Dalab. Chill out. I mean, he lived in a dick. He liked to garden. Seems fine to me. Ooh, Jay Mitch is saying it's a U.S. Air Force biometric-driven meditation training device. Can't send link here. Whoa, I want one. I want one. All Things Football, thank you so much. Do you think AI will actually create mass abundance or cause the next extinction? What excites you most about it, scares you the most about it? With 0 point energy, listen, the thing that scares me the most about it is because it's like, okay, so like you'll notice that anytime any country starts saying they're going off the petrodollar, like they get wrecked by the United States. And like, because there's a recognition that our economy is kind of upheld by that. And so what's scary about AI and like what they're calling the AI bubble and all of it is that, for one, I don't think we can even quantify the dependency that people have on it already. Like, it's unquantifiable. It's spreading so fast. It's evolving so fast. You have like basically these two timelines splitting apart. One timeline, you've got like Lisa Renee. I don't use AI. You've got all the AI. Don't use AI. It's fucked up. It's horrible. And then you've got just people like, fuck, this is crazy. I can make anything I could think of. And then, so one thing where I do agree with Lisa Renee from the Ascension Project, I am not a member and I have to be invited to join. Anything you see of hers on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat she doesn't go on there. It's unauthorized. So don't read any Lisa Renee Ascension stuff on any social media because it's not her shit. But one thing we are seeing, which bothers me way more than AI video, is like shit written by ChatGPT. It is annoying. But it's getting better. And I guess my point is that like a lot of the stuff that we're seeing, we are thinking it's not AI because they had access to a better version of it, or they're better at prompting it, or they mixed in their own shit with it. Therefore, they're like already it's probably, it's like truly symbiotic or parasitic, whatever you want to call it, some mix with humanity to the point where I don't think like if it would fuck up the economy no matter what. If we regulated it, got rid of it, there's no way out now. So that scares me. That definitely is scary to think about, like the level of unquantified dependence that humanity now has on this emergent life form. That scares the shit out of me. I'm excited about it just because I love making stuff. And it's sort of gone from like a novelty thing to like actually working. Like it's like, it's insane that I could just show it pictures of my studio, my synths, explain what kind of like my setup is, and then it can refine that setup and fix problems I was having that would have taken me forever to fix. It's crazy to me. That's why I'm excited about it, is because all of the sort of, it's so fun to make things. And like, I always know that something's off with me if I find myself organizing my chords, if I find myself getting into the sort of technical shit, contemplating buying new synths, or, you know, spending time trying to refine sound and stuff instead of making stuff. But then sometimes I'll have like some stupid thing I want to make, and there will be a technical glitch that becomes the main thing that I work on that day, because I can't make the thing I want because of the technical glitch. And then those moments of like interference that pop up when you're trying to make stuff can actually, like, you know, distract you to the point where you lose the initial epiphany. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited because it seems to be moving in the direction Terence McKenna talked about, which is the amount of time between some conceiving something and that thing coming into the world is going to become increasingly reduced to the point where instantaneous, all the stuff the manifestation people are saying, you'll just be doing that somehow via some medium that doesn't even exist yet. So that's exciting. But then as far as like the economic disruption, it doesn't really seem like anyone's come up with a plan for that. The sort of in-between period as we move into the age of AI, that's probably going to be a pretty grim place. And the military applications of it are obviously just terrifying. Look up the fucking Chinese battle bots they have now. That's crazy. So it's a mixed bag for sure. Aw, man. Hello, Ramon Garner. Love you, Dunk. Me and my mom getting evicted and moving into a 1995 Jabamber Rally RV. Any advice? I'm 21, excited to go off the grid. Just trying to upgrade and be ready for the end times. Look up Fermilab close to this portal. I went to Fermilab. I saw that fucking thing. Went there. One of my friends worked there. Got to go in. Saw the particle accelerator. I'm sorry that you're getting evicted. That sucks. That being said, I am like, some part of me is like really excited for you and your mom, because the freedom you're about to experience is just insane. But as far as like, I don't know if you're asking for actual like RV advice. I couldn't give you any. I drove an RV up to Burning Man once. It was the best fucking thing ever, and I drove it back. And I just remember how crazy it is that you could do that, and you know, stopping at RV parks, and you meet the coolest people, man. You meet all these travelers and people who are like really off the grid, and it's a whole beautiful vibe. And then also you're kind of forced to drive slowly in those things. So you're always like in the slow lane, and then you slow down. But you do get this immense sense of like freedom. But that being said, I was only in it for like a few days. I imagine it could start feeling, I would start feeling claustrophobic in that thing with my mom. But that being said, you know, you see like people who do it and they've got their bikes on the back, and like, it's not like they're just sitting in their fucking RV all day long. They're usually going to like really beautiful places and, you know, living outdoors. And I spent before I ended up becoming a dad, I was really seriously contemplating doing it myself. It just seems so cool. But everything seems cool until you've done it for a long time. I mean, how are you going to make money? I think that's one of the biggest problems. Adam Dev Media says Discord banned you for Mr. Huxtable eating sausages. I know. Anyway, thanks for the super chat, Ramon. Yeah, doesn't that suck? Like, I didn't even fucking know you could get banned for that. It's such bullshit. Like, it's crazy, man. I got banned from, like, my old Discord account got banned. You know? What, like, I think this is, like, the early days of Midjourney. One of my friends, like, worked with them and then got me, like, I don't know. I could just, like, you know, we would just have so much fun generating Bill Cosby eating sausages. I don't know exactly. I'm sure I generated some really fucked up shit, but it wasn't like, it didn't seem bannable. But like, dude, when I emailed them saying like, listen, number one, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I shouldn't do that. Like, I wasn't aware that that's a bannable offense on Discord. I will never do it again. I will not generate Bill Cosby eating big old sausages. It was funny. It was funny. Me and my friend would send Bill Cosby sausage vids back and forth to each other. I'm sure there was some other shit in there that was worse that I can't remember. I don't know. I can't go back and look at my images. But whoever banned me, it wasn't even like a discussion. They're just like, no. So I must have had some pretty horrifying shit in there. Go Standards Diamond Ned Flanders wants me to look up VTRPE. Consider it done. See, you don't have to just fucking spam me and yell at me, you guys. Whoa, cool. What the fuck is this? You guys are so cool. This is... Hold on, I'll pull it up. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I'm pulling it up. You guys are so cool. Hold on. This is crazy, whatever this is. User's Guide for the VTRPE Variable Terrain Radio Parabolic Equation Computer Model by Frank Ryan. What am I looking at? Okay, the VTRP computer program is a range-dependent tropospheric microwave propagation model that is based upon the split-step Fourier parabolic wave equation algorithm, of course. The nominal applicable frequency range of the model is VHF to K-band. The VTRP program is able to make predictions for microwave propagation over both land and water. You know what? Why am I even pretending I'm going to understand this? Let's ask ChatGPT. What is VTRP? Oh, it still thinks I'm talking about modular synths. Not talking about synths. It does sound like a modular synth. Not talking about modulars. What is it? Let me see. Variable terrain radio parabolic. What is variable terrain radio parabolic equation computer model? Totally different context. It's a computer model used to simulate how radio waves travel over real terrain. It models okay. Used in military radar planning, communication engineering, electromagnetic compatibility analysis, coastal surveillance systems. All right. Well, I looked it up. Thanks for the super chat. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little let down. I mean, it's cool, I guess, but I'm too dumb to understand why. Batesar is saying, I kind of miss this normal solo streams. Those probably aren't going to come back for a little bit, Batesar, because number one, like, the solo streams, like, nobody could watch them in the day. everyone's at work, so it makes you seem like a dick. And I'm enjoying these more than I like doing those. All Things Football is saying, check out the 2045 initiative from Dmitry Itskov. They wanted to make us immortal with a merge of tech and biology. It's creepy. Yeah, it's transhumanist shit. 2045, baby. That's the year Ray Kurzweil predicted the singularity would happen. Shit, it's getting late. Before I go, I do want to show you guys this, and I kind of want to do a test to see if this works. But before I do this, just know these are my modular synths, and it's probably going to not work. And if it does work, it probably will sound horrible. Also know that, oh, you know what? Before I do that, let me do this. I'm going to give you guys the Discord link. I would love all of you guys, if you're interested in hanging out with the Nightstream family, you should join our Discord. I'm going to give you the link right now. Unless I can't log in. God damn it. Hold on. I thought I already had it up. Does anyone have the Discord link? Not to be just a completely ridiculously lazy piece of shit. God damn it. I thought I'd opened it. Something happened on my computer while I was doing it. Oh, wait. Here we go. Come on. I'm in. Yes. Okay, hang on. I have to do this plus copy. Right now, oh, Batesar. I'm inviting you. Because of last night's stream, a lot of people are like, please don't do mods. So I guess we're just going to let it be a chaos storm there for a little bit and see what happens. I'm excited about it, but just don't be please don't be an asshole. Like I think it's easy to figure out how not to be an asshole. So just don't do that. Be yourself, have fun. But like, you know, I know that's incredibly ambiguous, but just like, it's not even big enough to fuck up yet. For any trolls that are watching this, just like let it grow a little bit more. But here, let me see if I can post something in the chat through this. Fuck. I think I have to open YouTube to post in the chat through here. Jeez, we're getting even more super chats. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Here's a fun one. A brand named I Am the World Trade Center released an album in 2001. Track 11 on said album is titled September. What the fuck? Isn't that shit weird, man? Isn't that shit weird? You know, like, that's like the Charlie Kirk stuff that just vanished. Like, you know, somebody was releasing like songs right before he got assassinated, saying he was going to get assassinated. Like, that kind of stuff is fucked up. And now you can look up Google searches before events happen and see people are Google searching the names of people involved in events before the event happens. It's so fucked up. Dude, this is real cool. Jay Fitz Productions says, one of my friends is Bumpy Johnson's grandson. He's the leader of the Full Moon Drum Circle in Miami. And GTA 6 may take his ID. That's bullshit. How would I deal with it? I'd be fucking pissed. Especially if they didn't at least, like, ask me. Because, like, if they asked me, I imagine I would probably be like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, this is where we do kind of run into this interesting problem right now with tech and capitalism is, like, what are we all going to have to do? Like, copyright our identities? Is that how they're going to get us into the social credit score system? Is like, you're going to be able to just sort of monetize your existence? You know, like just something about just existing at all is gonna like get you some kind of like UBI style income or something. You know, it's kind of like the model that they're doing with Suno and AI is like the like super famous celebrities are just capitulating to AI by like allowing their voices to be used, but they get an infinite stream of money every time their voice is used, and they don't fucking care. So I wonder if it's going to be something like that just for everybody. But yeah, that blows. Sorry about Bumpy Johnson's grandson having to see his grandfather get run over by cars in Grand Theft Auto. Okay, check it out, you guys. I just want to test this before I split to make sure it works. I know it's kind of lame, like a fucking old dude fucking around on modular synths is like the most, like it's so pathetic, but I love him. But let me see if I can get this to work. Now it's definitely not going to work, right? Like, it's just not going to work because I've been talking about it. Shit, I think it's working. Oh, fuck. It worked. Okay. I'm going to have to go onto the YouTube, so we're going to lose frames here for sure. But I need to see if you guys can hear it. Let me see. Oh, you can hear it. It worked. Okay. Hell yeah. Fucking worked. Wow, that is exciting. I gotta remember what. I think I'm gonna have to do this. It's gonna sound, I mean, it's never gonna sound good, probably, but. Okay. I hate that beat. Yeah. Everyone left, and I don't blame you. That's basically, I think, going to be the pattern. Is we should just wrap up on me fucking up on my modular synths. It's so fun. I mean, look, for those of you just joining, and I don't feel like I even need to say this, but I don't think of myself as like good at those things. It's just so fun. You just try to dial something in. Sometimes you'll get something, sometimes that. But it's fun. I'll keep playing Bobby Broadway. You don't have to ask twice. In fact, I'll start over. This is like another weird thing about modular synths, from if you don't know how to use them, is it's a little bit like catching fish. Like, you will reel in something that sounds fucking cool for a second, and then it'll definitely evade your boat and go jumping back into the sonic ocean, and you will remember it sort of and then just forget about it depending on how stoned you are. But it's just a kind of like meditative, super expensive, like old man hobby. This is up there. I mean, I yap about this sometimes, but at my age, you're either going to get into woodworking or you're going to get into modular synths. And I went down the modular synth rabbit hole. Kind of wish I'd gotten into woodworking now that I have a bunch of kids, but at least I don't have to worry about my kids like sawing their fucking hands off with my modular synths. Like, usually if I'm gonna like do something, I'll start off with just a basic, some kind of like kick drum shit. This is a Winter modular eloquencer, and this is sending like gate signals. So first you gotta like dial in a kick drum. Let's be crazy. We'll try a Kimi's Taiko. For the olds out there, this is a Sound Blaster sound card that some alien decided to turn into a drum machine. But oh shit, hold on. Let's do this too. I was being a little blasphemous, and there we go. Ugh. Alright, that'll just have to do for now. I really don't like it though. Okay, that's kind of cool. If we could like maybe cycle that release, that could be kind of interesting. The maths is still fucking mystifying to me. There's got to be a better way to do that. Try the woggle bug. Oh, you know what? This is the marbles. I've been fucking around with this lately. This might be what we're looking for here. See, I wanted to do this. All right, fuck it. We'll just do this. This may work. Then maybe, you know, just try to, then I'll go to like the Akimi's Castle, which is pretty good for generating the bagpipe kind of sounds. It's really cool. But I've been having bad luck with it today, but we'll see what we can get it to sound like today. Really don't like that dong dong. It's starting to annoy the shit out of me. Problems tuning it today. Sometimes this is a bongo on this thing called a plonk, and you can really make it sound crazy. I had it once making the weirdest fucking sounds, and I've forgotten how to do it. Woggle bug, it's just a chaos machine, but maybe if I like fuck with the velocity of the bongo, it will add some variability to it. Or not. Oh. hear that for 1 second? Try to do some sort of, change the tones of this little baby here. That's gonna get boring as fuck. You gotta either, program in more stuff or just run it through this prism where you can just make it sound insane and hope that your brain will turn it into something that sounds something like a melody. Definitely gonna fuck it up. I mean, not like it's already fucked up, but this is like. Obviously, if I was playing at Red Rocks, I would probably. No, it wouldn't sound like this. It probably would, honestly. What the fuck? Oh my god, that's awesome. sorry. I know it's too loud. Hang on. What the fuck? It's like a talking fly. just want to listen to that. If this thing says boom, ha, yeah, I don't think I'll stream again. That's so fucking weird. It sounds like it's singing. Fuck, if we're gonna do that. Wow. We're gonna have to run the Prism and do another filter and really get it weird. Now that I've made a fly simulator. Let's do this, this, and this. I feel like it's like Burzum or something. All right, fuck it. Let's just make another voice. This thing vowel, it's too loud. Like it's gonna come out too loud, so it's gonna suck. Not that this doesn't suck. I feel like I need to put something on the screen while I'm doing this that says something like, I know this sucks. get it to even. Maybe our woggle bug will come in handy for this, though. Just maybe. I doubt it. In fact, I don't think I've ever made the woggle bug work for anything. Why not bring the bongos back? Fuck it, right? Bongos are annoying the shit out of me. That's cool. It's fucking, yeah, it's like some shitty dude. Oh, you know what you gotta do, guys. really like that, like the vowel with the woggle look. I'm actually pretty impressed. Those of you just tuning in, this is my radio. It connects to a radio station in hell. Okay, fuck. I think we summoned some spirits tonight. That was fun. Yeah, that's what I love about it. You never know what's going to happen. Like every once in a while, sounds like voices. You just pure. The less you know about it, the better too, because you're just like, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. So it's really cool. Like that's what I love about it. Well, look, David, I can't do an encore. I've got to go to bed. But thank you guys for all 5 of you are probably still here for listening. This was a very fun night stream. We will be back tomorrow night. Keep your eyes on the X. Thank you for all the super chats. Oh shit, we got some more super chats, so I don't be a dick. Adam Dev Media, Chad GHB, post it in the Discord, and I will check it out. Santa Implying, MAGA, demonic cybernetic time traveling mind virus. It's exactly what. It's so weird. That is the name of my next book. Thank you for the super chat, Santa. Hi, Oh Cool. Appreciate you offering great company here at the end of the rainbow. My pleasure. Midnight Gospel helped me change my life. Thank you. All Things Football. This was 41 minutes ago. I think I serenaded you. Film Flam Cam, you got an encore. Emberly Rose, thank you so much for the super chat. All Things Football, good night. Thank you for chilling with us tonight. And RL Wolf, the Midnight Gospel throwback was awesome. Thank you. Expect more weird stuff at the beginning of these things. I don't know. I've got repositories of weird shit floating around here that I'll probably put in the pre-show film. How dare I call it a film? Good night, Batesar. Good night, Charles Manson. Hope you sleep tight tonight, Mr. Charlie. Hope you all get some good sleep tonight. I'll see you tomorrow on the night stream. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. This was a fun one. Thanks for listening to my weird-ass modular synths. I might make it a habit of playing those at the end of every